Matt and Abby. The closet drama no one asked for. TikTok. Couple Matt and Abby are in the middle of another controversy. And honestly, it's hard to tell if they're serious or just trying to get attention. Every few months, they go viral for something completely wild, making people wonder, are they doing this on purpose, or is Matt just that bad at wording things? This time, Matt is trending because he claimed he's been sleeping in their closet for his mental health. Yes, you read that right, a grown man, with a whole house, choosing to sleep in a closet. Now, the internet is dragging him, bringing up old drama, and questioning why they always seem to be in the middle of some mess. Who are Matt and Abby? For those who don't know, Matt and Abby are a married couple with millions of followers on TikTok. They built their brand on being a young, Christian, family-friendly couple. They have kids but keep them off social media, focusing mostly on their relationship. At first, people loved them. They seemed cute, wholesome, and deeply in love. But the more they posted, the more people started noticing weird dynamics in their relationship, especially on their podcast, where Matt tends to overshare and make statements that make people go, did he really just say that? Now, instead of being a couple that everyone admires, they've become a duo that leaves people constantly side-eyeing their relationship. The closet confession that started it also. What did Matt say this time? He recently launched his own podcast, Without Abby, and shared a clip promoting it. In the video, he casually says, "This is super embarrassing, but I've been sleeping in our walk-in closet for the past month. I dragged the guest bedroom mattress in here, and my wife is not a fan. But I had to do this for my mental health, because I was really struggling." The internet immediately lost it. Now, to be fair, sleeping separately isn't weird. Lots of couples do it for different reasons, but the way Matt framed it, yikes, it sounded like he was saying that sleeping in the closet was better for his mental health than sleeping next to his wife. People pointed out how uncomfortable this must be, for Abby especially, since she has openly said that she hates sleeping alone. She once shared, "I've always been a big co-sleeper. I even made my little brother sleep with me as a kid, because I hated being alone." So now, everyone's looking at Matt like, dude, why are you embarrassing your wife like this? The internet reacts. The responses were brutal. Sleeping separately is fine, but the closet? That's just unnecessary theatrics. Matt is the biggest red flag I've ever seen. Why not just sleep in the guest room like a normal person? Bro, if my husband did this, I'd actually collapse. The full podcast episode gave more context. Matt says he got a concussion a few months ago, struggled with insomnia, and found that sleeping in a controlled environment helped him. He also mentioned having ADHD and said the closet just made him feel more settled. But even with that explanation, people weren't buying it. They felt like the way he teased the clip was a clear attempt to ragebait the internet into engaging with his content, adding fuel to the fire. If the closet thing wasn't enough, people also noticed something else. Matt wasn't wearing his wedding ring in the video. Now, forgetting to wear a ring isn't that deep for most people. But when your entire brand is built around being a picture-perfect couple, yeah, people are going to notice. So, let's break it down. Matt starts a solo podcast Without Abby. He posts a controversial clip about sleeping away from her. He's not wearing his wedding ring in the video. Of course, this led to people speculating that a divorce was coming. But many believe this was just another calculated move to spark rumors and keep them trending. A history of cringeworthy moments. If you've been following Matt and Abby for a while, you know this isn't the first time Matt has made people question their relationship. Some greatest hits include oversharing about their intimacy on the podcast. Seriously, no one needed to know that. Making comments that make Abby look bad or insecure. Giving off major guy who thinks he's the main character energy. Their ability to go viral for the wrong reasons is almost impressive. At this point, final thoughts: Matt and Abby know how to keep people talking. Whether it's intentional or not, they have a pattern of posting clips that make people upset, only for the full context to be way less dramatic. But by the time people hear the full story, they've already racked up millions of views. The real question is, are they okay with being famous for being unlikable? Because at this point, it seems like they're embracing the chaos even if it means people constantly rooting for Abby to leave. What do you think? Are they masterminds of social media, or is Matt just? Well, Matt, drop your thoughts below. Matt and Abby. Controversy seems to follow them everywhere. Matt and Abby have found themselves at the center of yet another internet debate. And at this point, It's hard to tell if they're just unaware of how they come across or if they're intentionally stirring up drama. Every few months, a new clip of Matt saying something questionable goes viral, leaving people collectively cringing at their relationship. Too long ago, there was a whole Father's Day situation that got people talking. Matt went viral after complaining that his birthday was too close to Father's Day. To make up for it, last year they decided to celebrate his birthday in a completely different month, so he could have a special day just for himself. Many people pointed out that if Abby had been the one complaining, the internet might have been more understanding. Instead, people felt bad for her, because it seemed like Matt made her feel guilty for not making his birthday extra special the previous year. To give some context, that year, Matt's birthday and Father's Day fell on the same day. Abby, who was pregnant at the time, had just returned from a trip and still managed to celebrate both occasions together. Despite this, Matt made it seem like she didn't do enough, which rubbed people the wrong way. Many were telling him that some people have their birthdays on Christmas or other holidays and that he just needed to get over it. Then there was another viral moment after Abby gave birth. Matt admitted on their podcast that he ignored her for 2 days after their baby was born, because he was grieving the fact that his personal goals had to be put on hold. In his words, "You know how I was really quiet the first day after the birth. I think that was my version of baby blues. I don't get emotional like you, but I had this realization that my life just changed completely. For a little while, I was like, wow, all my career goals have to be put aside, and I just kind of shut down." Abby responded, telling him that his silence made things even harder for her, especially since she needed emotional support during that time. She said, "You were bringing me down because you weren't talking to me. I had such high needs at that point, and they weren't being met. It caused frustration between us." Matt then explained that he felt stuck because Abby was focused on breastfeeding, and he felt like he wasn't able to contribute as much. He admitted that it made him resentful. The internet, however, had no sympathy for him. Many people pointed out that Abby had just given birth and needed her husband's support, not silence and resentment. Another moment that sparked backlash was when Matt publicly discussed how intimacy with Abby changed after childbirth. He openly said, "Does it feel different down there after birth?" "Yeah, actually, I feel like it goes back, but not exactly to how it was before." Abby was surprised to hear this because Matt had never mentioned it to her before. She responded, "I always heard it goes back to normal." Matt hesitated before saying, "Maybe I shouldn't go into too much detail, but I still like it. Of course, I like it." Many people felt this was an incredibly personal topic that didn't need to be shared publicly. The fact that he talked about it on their podcast made people question why Abby allowed these moments to be posted. As much as people feel bad for Abby, some also believe she's in on it. If these moments were truly embarrassing for her, she could choose to edit them out. Instead, they post these clips, knowing they will get millions of views and spark discussions online. They get dragged in the comments, but at the same time, their podcast listens skyrocket. So the big question is this intentional? Are they purposely stirring up controversy to keep engagement high? Or does Matt genuinely not realize how he comes off? A lot of people believe they purposely pick the most controversial parts of their conversations to post, knowing it will create backlash. And honestly, it wouldn't be surprising. Their views spike every time there's drama. But at what cost? Because at this point, people are genuinely wondering, is the money worth all of this? If Matt is constantly embarrassing Abby online, how much of it is just being real? And how much of it is making her look bad for content? Of course, no couple needs to be fake and perfect on social media, but there's a difference between being real and constantly making people feel sorry for your wife. People are split on Matt and Abby. Some think they're a sweet couple, are just honest about marriage, while others believe Matt is straight up humiliating Abby for profit. But no matter how people feel, one thing is certain: Matt and Abby are always going viral for controversy. What do you think? Do they know exactly what they're doing? Or is Matt just completely unaware of how his words come across? Let me know in the comments. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.